Well, it's Tuesday morning, and, wasn't it a commercial? Lauren Bacall. Can anyone tell me how to get to Tuesday morning? You see how my washing machine works, my brain. Anyway.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good morning, loved ones. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and I can't stay pent up in that house for one more day. Besides, the wind was so bad yesterday, I thought the 8th floor was going to blow off and land in the Atlantic Ocean. Well, it's Tuesday morning, and wasn't that a commercial? Lauren Bacall. Can anyone tell me how to get to Tuesday morning? You see how my washing machine works, my brain. Anyway, let's head across the bridge into my native state of New Jersey. I've got a tip that there's some nice antique furniture that I'm going to go take a look at, and maybe I'll be able to toss a few pieces in the back of this truck. Come on, let's go! Well, here I am in the lamp department, and look at this. It's kind of funny to me. I think someone mistook this as some type of a strange light fixture, but you're looking at it and you know exactly what it is. Look at that pattern. You know that's the Jeanette iris pattern, or what collectors call iris and herringbone, and it's got painted details on it. Frosted, and of course it's been outfitted as a nut bowl, a nut dish. I'm pretty sure it was manufactured this way, so the nut cracker of course would fit in there and all the little nut picks around there. It's just so funny that they've got this in the light fixture department. Now, you know, I'm not a huge fan of iris. It's okay in marigold, but I'm gonna pass on this. Well, should I? I'll think about it, but I'm probably gonna pass on it. And I'm actually excited. Anyway, let's take a look at this. Here's a shade, a ceiling shade. It's difficult. Well, I can't really pick things up with this one hand, but I'm gonna change hands here with the camera so I can show you. I'll try anyway. Look at this. This is an amazing find. These are 4 slip shades, and these are going to date to the 1930s, and these would fit down into a 4-lamp chandelier. And I'll show you these when I get the tape off of them and get them out into the car. We'll take a closer look. But there's the top of the shade. It's 4 of them. And then the bottom there, as you can see, fits down in inside of a light fixture. A hanging light fixture from the 1930s. So that is exciting. Okay, let's keep shopping. I'm thrilled with this. This is a candle holder that I'm not going to purchase, but I did want to talk to you about it because it's a good example of the difference between a blank and a pattern. The candle holder itself is made by the Tiffin Glass Company, and you can see that it's etched on the bottom. Now, I don't know the name of that etching. I don't have that memorized, but when you find the blank or the shape without any etching on it, collectors refer to it as web wing. Sort of looks like wings, or a spider web, or a bat wing. So you'll see it referred to as web wing. But it could also be referred to by its pattern, and I'm not an expert at all on Tiffin patterns. I'd have to look it up. But that's it. I like it without the etching, and I have a pair of these already that I got just a couple of weeks ago. So if you have something like this and you're going to list it, sometimes there's confusion because you may see it listed as Web Wing by Tiffin, or they might not call it that. They might refer to it by the actual etching that's on there. Similar to Fostoria's Baroque, which is the blank, but it could have the chintz etching on it. I really like the design because it's kind of Halloween-y, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put this back and hit the pike because I've got a busy day ahead of me. Well, it's been 12 days since I threw myself across the 12th Street trolley tracks like Lillian Gish in some silent film. And I actually feel confident enough, and with the help of extra strength Advil, to get behind the wheel. I'm doing okay. I can do a little bit with this hand. I can grip a little bit. I just can't lift anything. But thankfully, I am on the mend. So once again, thank you for sending me good thoughts and prayers of healing, because I'm doing all right. Now, I also managed to pick up a couple pieces of antique furniture that I'd like to show you. I have a nice 19th century shaker style rocker, a 19th century Chippendale style mirror, and I have a few other really neat things to show you. Let's go take a look. Well, okay, my buying trip has been successful, and I've got some nice things here I'd like to show you that I was able to purchase. Here's a wonderful aftermarket cylinder player horn. Now, this would not go to a disc phonograph. This would go to an early Columbia or Edison cylinder player. And I say aftermarket horn. This was manufactured in Newark, New Jersey. It's a large style. It's called a witch's hat horn. That's the original black paint and the brass bell. And you can see here's the hook, which would attach to a chain, and this would hang from a stand that would be on the floor and would amplify the sound of your cylinders. I bought one of these last summer just like it, and this is the second one that I've been able to buy all in original condition. That horn would sell for $125 to $150 in the original condition. You never want to polish these or repaint them. And I paid $60 for it. Here's a nice old mirror. The actual mirror has been replaced. And so, but what a wonderful frame, generous proportions on this frame. It's the original finish to it. It's a gesso frame that's been gilded. I love it. I would not do a thing to that finish on that frame at all. Since the mirror really has no value since it's been replaced. And this was probably actually a picture frame to begin with. So I'm actually at a storage unit location, if this location looks funny. That's where I am in Jersey. Alright, so that was a nice small mirror, but a really pretty frame. Let me change hands and And I'll show you what else I have here. A nice big Chippendale style mirror. This is a 19th century mirror, and couple nice things about it. Lots of nice detail here around the beveled mirror, as you can see. Now all of the fancy fretwork here is in place. It's been broken off in several spots, and that's not unusual for these mirrors. But it's all there. This is the original finish. This is mahogany. The glass, as I said, the silver is original. And I'm actually going to be able, when I have the time and the space, and I'm not all bandaged up, I'm going to repair these old repairs. I can do a better job than that. So I'm going to get rid of the old glue and do a proper job on it. But let me back up and show you. It's a large size. Again, mid to late 19th century in the Chippendale style. Really nice piece. That I paid $30. At a good antique show, you could get around 200 bucks for it. We'll see what happens. The light fixture is not a big deal, so we'll get that out of the way. And then I have a shaker style rocker here with oak slats on the back and then some hardwood. This is also 19th century. There's not a nail in it. It is all wooden pegs and mortise and tenon. If we go in closely here, you'll see the wooden pegs that are holding it together. Beautifully done. I love the way the oak slats have aged here and sort of warped with time. There's a lot of character. Now the seat is a replacement. Would we like to have an original seat? Of course we would, but it was probably in bad shape. Whoever replaced the seat, it is an old replacement. They did a good job. They did it right. And it's now functional. The other thing is the rockers, I'm certain, have been replaced on this, and when you look at them, you may say, well, they look a bit chunky. They did a good job. There's been some restoration on this chair, but the rockers down here are authentic looking, and they did, as I say, did a good job replacing them, and they pegged them there as they should. That is a nice rocker. Shaker style rocker, and in the right home with a certain decor, that would be a lovely piece. So I'm really happy with what I've purchased here. $50 on the rocker. Rocking chairs are not in style right now, but again, we have a lot of 18th century and 19th century homes in this area. And this is just the kind of thing that many folks are looking for to decorate their homes with. So I'll hold on to that until I go to a good antique show, and we'll certainly be able to get about $150 for it. Maybe a little bit more. So nice stuff. Okay, let me get it all into the back of my truck, get it in storage, and then I'll be back to, I don't know, but I'll be back.
Wann du ein bisschen hast den Geld und weißt nicht was zu tun, wann alles vor ist in der Welt ein bisschen armer gut. Krieg frischer Mut, vergess es nicht und krieg eine Ford-Maschine. Du brauchst kein Geld und kein Kredit, sie springt mit Gasolin. Ei, du Zuverstand, was ist das doch ein Fred? Du fährt dann mit der Ford-Maschine, sie ist nicht verlädt. Sie hat ein Rad mit Robert.
Well, here I am, everyone, back in the city. I had a nice lunch while I was in Jersey with a friend of mine named Jason. We had lunch in an old train depot, which is this little soup and sandwich place now, but the train still goes through. I want to thank you for joining me. I'm probably going to take you inside and show you some glass, so don't turn me off just yet. But I always seem to forget to do my my little goodbyes, so I'm going to film the goodbye right now, but stay tuned. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching, and so long for now. But wait, not quite now. Well, look everyone, I went back to the same thrift shop where I found the piece of blue opaline glass last week, and 2 matching vases that have been sticking together for over 100 years. More than that. Wow, 2 is always better than 1, usually, especially when we're talking about antiques. Blue opaline glass. Remember, I said a lot of times it is painted, and these pieces are absolutely. Now, no one has ever touched them up. There's paint loss. Yeah, but I would rather have the paint loss than, for somebody to come along and try to improve it. So there's a flower motif on the front here, and then the original paint there. So 2 wonderful matching vases. Again, turn them upside down and we can certainly see, I've already pulled the price tags off, but you can see there the rough pontils where the glass was blown. I was full of detached retina as usual when I found this matching pair. So let me back up a little bit. That is beautiful glass. I love it. Well, there's something also to be said for grouping like items together. I bought this collection, all as you see it right there, in a thrift shop. Somebody was a fan of cranberry glass. Some of this is pressed, some of it is hand blown. Let's take a closer look and hopefully it'll brighten up a little bit. And I'll let you see all of the pieces, not a chip or a crack on any of it. Look at that one, with this wonderful blown applied decoration around the outside. None of it is marked. Some of the Pilgrim glass has an etching on the bottom that says Pilgrim glass. They did make a lot of this cranberry stuff, but some of them also have paper tags or had stickers. And I don't see markings on any of this, but it's really pretty, all of these together. And I'm going to keep them together in a collection once I get them listed, and you'll be bidding on this whole collection. Really nice looking glass. Wouldn't that be pretty in the fall, when we think of sort of the cranberry season? But the colors are so pretty, I think you could use them any time of the year. I hope it's showing up on this windowsill. I've got the blinds down because I don't want the afternoon sun to come in, but there it is. Nice. And right here in my favorite chair, also the chair where old Salem used to sit all the time, is this wonderful tidbit tray. I found it in the thrift shop, and right away I recognized that very distinct handle. This is a piece of glass made by the New Martinsville Company. That is a New Martinsville handle on this tidbit tray. And, people say, well, how do you know that? Well, I've just been studying these books for 35 years, a little bit more. Well, let's see. I'll be 54 this summer, and I've been fiddling with this since I was a teenager, so it's been quite a while. But it's just a handle that I've been able to memorize as a New Martinsville handle on a glass tidbit tray, and that's going to date, again, circa 1930. It's uranium glass. And there's no etching on that. I paid a couple of dollars for it, and I really like it. It probably will be for sale in the old curiosity shop once I get it listed. Well, I've got 2 more pieces of green glass to show you. I have not done any research on this yet. I don't know who the maker is, but it's got a wonderful bird of paradise etched on there in 4 places with lots of flowers. We'll let you see the bird over there. Just a generic, not a peacock, no, but what's usually referred to as a bird of paradise. A little serving tray there, also from the Depression era. Now remember, this is going to be classified as elegant Depression glass. Again, fire polished, etched, and we don't see any mold lines in there. Right? That's all polished out. So that's one of the better glass companies that made that. And then again here, a nice piece of green glass. This is in the shape of a leaf. Uranium glass. A nice little candy dish, I guess we would say. And this is going to look very much like a piece made by Fenton. And if you look up here, you'll see looks very, very close. Same sort of loopy handle there. the stem comes out to make a handle. But if we look closely, the ends of the leaves here are pointy and they're rounded on this one. So first glance you might think, Fenton, but if I look a little bit closer, it certainly is not a match. This piece right here, we can see in my book, Fenton Art Glass, 1934 to 1950s, and the different colors that it comes in. It seems to me I have bought and sold this particular leaf dish before, and I'm going to have to go back and look for that one, but I'll find it and be able to identify it. I just can't think who made it right now, but it's not Fenton. It's still a pretty piece. How about your black jelly beans in there? That's my favorite flavor.